Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. Please first off hit that subscription button down below and the notification bell for updates on our next videos. So today I thought I would show you guys the hard part of milking goats. The truth, really. A lot of people think it's fun and easy, and it can be at first, but then when you realize that no matter what, rain or shine, if you have to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, doesn't matter what it is, you have to milk these goats every 12 hours. Some people will do only once a day, but you get half the amount of milk. So to keep up with the production of my girls, my new girls, I am out here, even on my days off, I have to get up early and I have to go milk these girls. And I'm running 20 minutes late because I was just too tired. I did not want to get up. And they're yelling for me. So let's go see what's going on outside. Alright, so I moved my milk station up by the house. And I have my chair that I set my little bucket on. That way we can plug in right here to make it a little bit easier. Now, having dairy goats compared to our Kikos, they need extra feed to produce all this milk. So we did have to buy grain just for them on the milking stand. So we usually start with that. There's all the Kikos. Now today I should be getting the test results from the new girls so they can go in with these girls. So we're giving these girls some of this stuff. And because they're producing so much, what I was told is you give 1 pound of feed for every gallon of milk that they produce. And since these girls, my one girl Goldie is giving about 1 gallon a day, and Hopscotch is giving about 1.5 gallons a day. And by the way, I'm absolutely loving my new milk stand and the head chute. It's working out amazing. The only modification that we had to make for temporary was the bucket that I had that was nice and sturdy. It wouldn't fit, so we just tied on a wooden bar for now to hold the bucket of grain. But eventually I'll probably have my dad weld an actual metal bar, so that way it lasts a lot longer and it kind of matches the stand. So let's go get these girls. And of course, as I usually do when I'm milking, I have an audience. There's my 2 house cats. Well, okay, so Phoenix is normally our barn cat. He's our Flame Point Siamese mixed domestic short hair. But he, even though he's fixed, he tends to get himself in trouble when he's outside. He always comes home with huge gashes in his back and, big old lumps on his side that we have to, slice the abscess open and clean it out. He's always on antibiotics, so he is now a house cat. And then Artemis is our registered Highland Lynx, and she is 7 months old. And I think we'll breed her once. But anyway, so at least now they both have a friend. Artemis, what are you looking at, huh? Alright, let's go get these crazy girls. So the nice thing is well, at first with these girls, they were hard to get going as far as routine, because we moved them up to the mountains. They came from down in the heat, and new place, new smells, new everything. And Hopscotch, the black one, I couldn't get a hold of her. Actually, I had to tie a rope on her that was like 6 foot long so I could walk behind her and get a hold of her. I just reached down and grabbed the rope. But now we have made friends and they're starting to get to the routine. Huh, girls? Huh, girl? Huh? Yeah, come on. Come on, let's go. You coming out or what? Oh, you're gonna pee first. She always pees first, which I guess is nice. So I don't have to have her peeing on me while we're trying to milk. Okay, come on out. Don't let the chickens out. All right, girls. Come on. So, at first I was doing Goldie first on the stand, but then I had issues with Hopscotch. Come here, girl, with catching her. So now I do Hopscotch first, and everybody seems to like that better. Sometimes, certain goats like to go first, and, as you can see, they like to walk on my right side, not my left. I think it's probably because of Thor. Thor likes to bark at them because I haven't let him meet them yet. So he normally barks at them. Huh, Thor? There he goes. Freaks him out a little bit. Alright, other way. Other way? You gotta turn around, silly. Hopscotch. Right here. Turn around. Good girl. Yeah, get your head in there. Good girl. Alright. Lock her in place. Alright, so we've always got our soapy water. And this is nice hot soapy water. And we clean their teeth. And then we just do a quick dry. And then we just make sure that the teats are clear of anything. And the milk is flowing. So what I did was I actually purchased these brand new jugs. We ordered 48 of them. And so they're all brand new. The lid is to where we can seal it when the jug is full. So usually these girls will fill this and then we'll have a little extra. Now, Hopscotch's milk seems to be like a 2% type milk. Her cream isn't like super heavy. So I tend to put hers right in the jugs. But Goldie's milk has a lot of cream. And so I like to put her milk in the jars, the wide mouth jars. No, it's not your turn yet. That way we can skim off the cream and save it. So because the milk jugs, the hole is so small, I can't get in there to skim off the cream. So usually a lot of people will just take one goat out at a time. But if I leave Goldie in the pen, this one starts screaming and vice versa. So I have to bring them both out at the same time so they feel comfortable and just milk them one at a time. So I usually have one walking around that is causing mischief. Who, me? Yes, you, silly girl. I can't wait to get them up into the pen with the rest of the girls. So hopefully we'll get our test results today. Alright, so as they empty, now this girl did come to me a little bit lopsided. That's why she wasn't a show goat. One side will empty out, as you can see the difference. There's no more milk coming out of this one. So we'll just let it go until this one empties. But they're still gonna, on occasion though, they will fall off if they're too empty. There we go. There's still gonna be milk in here even when they both quit. So we have to strip them, is what that's called. We strip them out of the rest of the milk that's in their udder. It's all right, girl. Now with her though, even though she's still putting out milk, I'm full. So I have to empty this out into the jug and then keep going. I did order a new milking machine. The same kind, just bigger. It's a 5-liter. So I'll be able to do both girls at the same time. It's okay, girl. So we just separate the suction hose. And then these will just pop right off of her. Empty out the hose a bit. Goldie, don't start. Go on. Alright, so once that's done, we'll hook this back up. No, it's not your turn. No, it's because I'm not standing in front of it. She's being a turd. So normally I could hook her back up, but since there's not much left in there, you can see how loose she is. We're just going to milk her by hand into the orifices here to keep the milk clean. Easy, girl. Relax. Sometimes they get antsy at this point. And what I do is I'll grab a hold of the udder and I'll work the milk down. And you want to milk them until nothing comes out. If you don't strip them, they'll produce less milk because they think that you didn't need as much. So we got to make sure that we strip out our girls. And I have to empty the tube as we get full because there's no suction. Almost there. And as you can see, her teat doesn't fill up. So we're just about empty. Yep, that's it. There's nothing left in that side. This side's pretty empty, so this side usually doesn't take as long. All right. So now I'm just holding these teacups so that the gravity lets all the milk flow into the canister there. Now that that's empty, we are gonna get these girls to quit fighting. Hopscotch is very good. She hops down when her turn is done, even though she likes to fight about it. Really? Hopscotch, get down. Thank you. All right, Goldie, get down. Now, get down. Oh. Oh, goodness, girls. I swear sometimes. Alright, so now it's her turn. Get her locked in. Alright, so I have a major issue. When she jumped, she hit my cord. And as you can see, my plug is still there. And she ripped it right out of the plug. More joys of milking goats. So now I really need that new milking machine to come back in because I'm going to have that rewired. Alrighty, so I guess we're going to hand milk. Which is never fun. I hate hand milking. Hurts me. But that's what we're going to have to do, I guess. Gosh dang it, Goldie. Pain in the butt. Alright, so I'm just going to milk into this jar. Still going to clean her up. All right. All right, so she is all milked out, and as you can see, we've got a full gallon of milk, and we get to seal that one. Alrighty, so she's my difficult one. Before it was the other one. I'll unhook her and she'll just normally stand there and eat anyway, while this one patiently waits to go back to the pen. Alright, so as you can see, these girls are giving me a lot of milk, and now we're going to add to it. And I got rid of 2 gallons yesterday, but you can't tell. So today I'm going to have to make more cheese. All right, well, funny thing, I just finished milking and my test results came in for their disease testing, and both are negative for CAE, CL, and Johne's. So actually, instead of putting them all the way back there with the chickens, they now get to go with the girls. And it worked out perfect because I wanted to milk them out before putting them with the girls, just so they don't have these huge udders to deal with while trying to establish into the herd. So now we get to move them up with the big girls. Come here, Hopscotch. Hey, girl. Come here. No, no, no. She knows something's up. Come on. Goldie, you come. And then she'll follow. Come on, Hopscotch. That's the nice thing. These girls are bonded enough that they'll follow each other anywhere. And then since I'm up here, I'll show you guys a quick video of our pasture. Come on. Come on, Hopscotch. Come on, Hopscotch. Come on. You gotta come in here. She's like, no way, I ain't stupid. Hopscotch, come on. Come on, girl. You want to go with Goldie or what? Huh? The nice thing is what I can do. They're already sharing water. You guys being nice to each other? It's this girl that they've got to get past. Come on, girls. Nice thing is everybody will follow me. Come on, girls. There's our pasture. I just planted all my legumes yesterday. Well, just in this pasture. Just threw some more seed out. Come on, girls. I'm going to let them out here to graze on some more weeds for a bit. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on, girls. Come on. If I can get the girls to come out here. They may not, though, because the new girl is already in, but usually I can get them to come out to the pasture, and then they leave all this empty. But the nice thing is, let me give them a second to go out there. Stay there, Goldie, just for a moment. And then what I'm gonna do is close this gate. This is what I love about my setup. So now all the big girls are out there. And I can lock it closed. And there's only one goat in here right now, so I can let Hopscotch in. Hopscotch! Come on. So I can just leave this gate open. Hopscotch! If it'll stay. May not stay. Hopscotch, come on. No, you stay in there, Goldie. Come on, Hopscotch. Maybe if I come out. Come on. Go on in there with her. Go ahead. Go ahead. She's in there. She's fighting with Coconut. Go ahead. Come on, get your butt in there. Look, see Goldie right there? You see her? Hopscotch. Come on, get your butt in there. Alright, I'm going to have to get a hold of her. There we go, now she's going in. I had to prop the door open so I wasn't so close. Alright, so now that she's in, we have to let these girls back in. That way everybody can establish their dominance. Come on. Ooh, watch it. We'll have to learn the electric fence up here as well. Lock this open. Alright. So, I did notice, since we're up here, my girl, Genoa, this one here, she turned a year old in March. I want to say it was March. And it's kind of looking like she is somehow pregnant. I don't know how that happened because the last buck that I had up here was to breed with Brownie, and that was in December. And I wrote the exact date down. I was up here, I watched them breed. They were up for 3 days, and then the bucks were moved, and no boys have been up here since, except for when these girls had babies and the bucklings were in here nursing on their mothers. So I'm kind of wondering, there she is right there, if one of the bucklings got a hold of her. That would be the only thing that would make sense, because otherwise she would have been due yesterday, along with Brownie, which Brownie did not have any babies. And, but she has a little udder, and she is soft around her tail. Ligaments are still rock hard. I haven't felt any babies kicking, but maybe she's got one in there, which I would be happy with. I wasn't planning to breed her till July, so she wouldn't have babies till the end of this year. But unfortunately, goats do what they want. So I'm kind of wondering and hoping if the buck that got a hold of her is Bazooka. He was the largest of all the bucklings in the group that I had. And so I'm really kind of hoping it's him that was the one that got a hold of her. Obviously, we'll have to do some DNA testing down the road, because I haven't even gotten Bazooka DNA tested yet, or Genoa. So I'm going to have to DNA test, well, at least the buck, and then I'll have to DNA test the babies, baby or babies, to figure out who the father is. But, yeah, I'm a little worried because she's smaller than I want before they breed. See, like the girl next to her, that's more ideal size for starters. This one's even better. So she's definitely ready to breed. She turned a year old in February. And I'm not planning to breed these girls till July, so they still have a few more months of growing. But Genoa, unfortunately, is already pregnant. I don't think I'm going to do a blood test on her to find out for sure if she's pregnant, because all the signs are there that she is pregnant. And the tail will usually do that. It'll do that weird cockeye. Have that look when all of the muscles and stuff start loosening around the tail head. And as you can see, she does have a little udder in there. So I got to keep an eye on her because I have no idea when she's due. But, so obviously she would have been due this week if she was bred in December, which I never saw a buck be around her then. So I don't think she was bred then. It has to be by one of the bucklings, and they were born the end of December. So they really couldn't breed until probably at least minimum February, end of February. So that would put her not due till July. So it's going to be a complete mystery, and I'm going to have to keep an eye out on her for quite a while. and just check her weekly until I see she's getting close. And then we'll go from there. I have no idea, like I said, how in the world she got pregnant, but she did. And so I'll just try and hopefully be here for her when she does kid, because she's so young. I don't like to abort any pregnancies. And I've had girls kid at as early as 12 months old. That only happened once, and the buck broke in while I was at work. And then he jumped out. I didn't know it, of course. Normally the bucks don't jump out, they just stay with the girls. But somehow he did. He just moved from pasture to pasture. That's why we have since fixed all of our fences. So that's why I think the only option is that she got bred by one of the bucklings in February. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on her. And so the new girls are in. They're up there wandering. They're going to have to figure out where they kind of belong in the herd. Tipsy Fiddler is leaving tomorrow to her new home finally. And then Brownie is still not showing any signs of pregnancy anymore, so it's looking like we're probably going to butcher her next week, because I want to give her a week after her due date, just in case. I don't want to accidentally butcher her and have live babies in there. So I'm going to give her until next week, middle of next week. But I swear she was in heat just the other day, so I really don't think she's pregnant, which sucks. She's such a nice doe. But she'll fill the freezer. So, and then also we had an issue with our buyer on Dippin' Dots, but I decided that we're going to go ahead and hold on to her, this girl here. And so we'll have 20, hey, really? Joe, Mama is such a pain in the butt, I swear. She always has to headbutt everybody. And Joe doesn't help. I gotta go fix that gate now. I'll fix that real quick. Show you guys what they did. But anyway, so we'll have 20 goats left on the property. That's gonna be our number for now. That's including the new girls, our 3 bucks, our 1 wether. So we'll have 17 girls, 3 of which are babies from this year that we retained. So, what do you guys think, huh? Alright, so I guess somehow this broke loose. We're going to have to fix that. But luckily the electric stayed connected, so it didn't let the gate fully open. But my little clip that I usually have to hang this on, they snapped it in 2 pieces right there. So we're just going to let that hang. I'm going to go ahead and get that to stay closed. And then I'll have to rehook up the electric. But anyway, so always something to fix with these goats, I swear. So Joe and Bazooka are still in here. I think we're just going to keep them up here for a while. Breeding season is just around the corner, and I'd like Bazooka not to have to stress so much with moving into a new herd. And I don't quite know how Thor will react with a young one. He did great when he was up here with the new babies and everything, but they had their mothers to protect them. Bazooka will kind of be on his own if we move him up to the buck pen, because Joe ain't gonna protect him. It'll give him kind of a little bit of comfort because he knows one of the goats, but I don't want to move him up to the buck pen just yet. I think we'll leave him down here till after breeding season, and then all the boys will go in together. Because what we're going to do for breeding season is Bazooka, because we lost his dad earlier this year, I think in January, we retained him, and he's going to have the most does this year. He's going to get 6. And then, so what we're going to do, because we only have 3 bucks, is we'll have Bazooka, let's just say in this pasture, and then we'll put Rocky in this pasture, and we'll put Buddy in that pasture, and they'll each have their own girls, and we'll leave them in there until I know they're all bred and pregnant. And I'm hoping by then all of our pastures will be nice and green, but we'll still you know, we'll lock them in the pastures. They'll each have food and water. Well, the nice thing is I can open this pen, which has food and water in it, for this pasture. So we could have Bazooka with his girls in here and able to get in there for food and water. And then we can do the same with probably, I'm going to probably say Buddy, because he'll have the big pasture out there, but we'll leave it open so he can go into the courtyard for food and water. So we'll only have to put food and water in the middle pasture, and we can put it up in the barn so it doesn't get all wet. So I think that's how we're going to do breeding season this year. All the fences are electrified, so we're hoping that it will not cause any issues this year of bucks switching pens or fighting or anything like that. So that's kind of what's going on. Our pasture that we planted up there, you could see it's really starting to green up now. All the grass that I planted and the clover is all starting to come in really nice. This pasture is really doing well. My seed, my Bermuda seed that I ordered is in the mail. It's shipped, so we're just waiting for that. And then when that comes, we're going to plant the rest of that pasture. We're going to plant this pasture, and then hopefully we're going to plant at least one of the buck pastures. So I'll definitely do a video on that, go over all the seed that we're using, the different varieties, and why, and show you how we're planting our seed. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. And stressful morning, but also good. We got good news on the test results, bad on the milking machine because of Goldie breaking that wire. I don't know if that's fixable because it's into the plug, so I'm going to have to wait for my new milking machine to come in the mail. Hopefully it comes this week, but it's already Friday, so tomorrow's the last day for mail until next week. So we'll just kind of see what happens, but we'll see you guys next time.